Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're back. I hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday. My wife said happy Thanksgiving to two Canadians.
I did.
Primal mobility.
And I know better. And I still said happy Thanksgiving. But they were great. They're
It
great.
was amazing. So it was fun. But I hope everybody had a great turkey day. I was very not happy that the Cowboys won. And yeah, that was a tough minute for me and my kid. We were watching it together, and it was definitely difficult, but we got through it. Very happy tonight. Thank you, Lisa, for making Mike come on our show. We're very appreciative of that. And it's very cool to know that you just do what Lisa tells you to do.
That's right. I mean, it's safer that way. I don't argue with that woman. I want to stay on her good side. So here I am.
You want her on your team always.
Yeah, if Lisa's on your team, you're set. If she's not on your team, you better watch out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. So, obviously we've come across your story many different times in many different ways. But if you could give us a quick 2-minute intro as to who you are and how upset you are about the fact that the Cowboys lost. Let's start there. Or one, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's easy for me. I'm not a big sports guy, so it doesn't weigh on me personally. But I know a lot of people who are not Cowboys fans.
Yeah, the whole world except for Dallas.
Exactly. I think everyone gets enjoyment when they lose, even Texans. Yeah, me in a nutshell. I was in the Marines, medically retired back in 2014, was injured while I was in service, while I was deployed in Afghanistan. Lost both my legs to an IED while in Afghanistan. But since then, my life has been a roller coaster of pretty much all good things. So went to school, realized I didn't really fit in well there. Got my degree in psychology and everything, and then I just realized I don't want to do this. And I realized the best therapy or way to help people is fitness. It's accessible, everyone needs it, and it's dual purpose. Physically, mentally, it's rewarding. So I dove straight into being a coach. I've been a coach for over 10 years. Travel. I do a lot of travel coaching now. I work with Adaptive Training Academy. We certify coaches on how to work with the adaptive community safely, effectively in gyms. We certify them through that. I'm a powerlifting coach for the Marine Corps. I coach competitions for Wounded Warrior battalions, such as like Warrior Games, Marine Corps trials, stuff like that, Olympic style events. And I'm kind of like a athlete in my spare time. So
just
I do crazy stuff. Kind of.
Just kind of,
a
little bit.
A little crazy.
Yeah. So competed in adaptive CrossFit Games for 3 years, and now I'm on the quest for doing crazy, stupid things. So that's my life in a nutshell. And dad of two.
Dad of two. Congratulations.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
When did you jump into the Marine Corps? Did you jump in right out of high school? Did you go to college first and then go?
Yeah, so I went to college first. I did 2 years college. Realized then I was like, I don't want to do this. I always kind of had in the back of my mind, I was like, I would love to join the military and do this. It was always something that kind of weighed on me, but I was like, oh, I'll find the right time. And then I realized, like, if I don't go now, I'm not going. So 2 years into college, I packed my bags and left. That was back in 2008.
I'm so curious because, like, I come from a long line of military family. My grandfather was in the Marine Corps. He loved to tell me about the Cuban Missile Crisis all the time. My uncle was in the Air Force. I got a bunch of Army and National Guard. So did you have that with like your family? Was there any of that in your family, or you just felt the call?
No, I think my grandpa was in the Air Force, but it wasn't like a long line or lineage of military service in my family. I think it was just kind of like something I really wanted to do back then, and yeah, I mean, ever since kind of high school, I thought about it, and I was just like, yeah, I should do that. And a lot of my buddies went straight out of high school, and I was still figuring stuff out in college, and ended up partying too much and not doing well in
Yeah,
college.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
I need
yeah.
to get my life together, and yeah, so I was just like, hey, maybe the Marines can straighten me out, and they did a pretty
Camp
good
Le-
job.
Camp Lejeune didn't freak you out. You never saw any like stories or like anything about Camp Lejeune that wasn't a the
And
Crucible.
I've been
Nothing.
on, yeah, I've been on both the West and East Coast, and I tell you, Lejeune is a special place. Let's just say that. It is. It is. I love the people, but man, I couldn't wait to get out of North Carolina. But love my Marine family out there. But yeah, I've heard some stories, and I experienced those stories. So checked all those boxes.
Kenneth DeLapp, so he partied in the Marines instead of college.
Yeah.
Pretty much the parties at the Marines were way crazier than college. I'll tell you that. So they don't advertise that in their commercials though. So
What's
little,
the I always wanted to know this and I never asked my grandfather this, but what's the celebration like after you graduate from boot camp in the Marine Corps?
like the actual like
Is it
ceremony or like what everyone parties
no, no,
like.
no, like once all that's over and you kiss your parents and you like, you know, salute the flag and you march and you're proud and whatever.
And then the real party
And then the real
happens.
party, is there a real party? There's no real party, like
Yeah, I
nothing.
mean, usually everyone you get like 10 days leave after boot camp, so usually everybody goes home and celebrates in their own way, shape, or form. But yeah, there was lots of parties to be had in those 10 days, and everyone comes back very tired and exhausted from 10 days of partying. Uh, it was a lot of fun.
Did any of your friends that you went to high school with, did you ever end up back with them once you got into the military?
So I bumped shoulders with a couple of them throughout my years. A lot of them went Navy. They were all like hardcore, like we want to be Navy SEALs, so they went to Buds. And then I had a couple buddies who became Navy corpsmen. So Navy corpsmen, you either work with the Navy, which is blue side, or you go green side and you become a corpsman for the Marines. And I bumped into them a couple times throughout different deployments and stuff I did over the years, which was cool. But yeah, so occasionally, but it's not very common.
Very common, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you deployed and you go overseas, you said you lost both your legs, and then you come home and you have to have a bunch of surgeries. I feel like I thought I saw you had like 20 to 30. Was it something like that?
Over 40.
That's insane,
40,
dude.
wow.
Yeah, a lot of them were within like a 2-day time frame. And when you have like such severe like trauma injuries, it's really just like at that point they were doing everything, one, to save my life, and two, to repair and save as much as they could for my injuries. So I stayed overseas for probably, I think when I first got injured, I got moved to a base called Bastion, and they did a lot of the surgeries there, stabilized me. They flew me stateside to Walter Reed, did a
Yeah.
lot more surgeries there, and then there was a facility here in Texas, in San Antonio, which eventually I went to and had some surgeries there. So it was just kind of like it's ever evolving. I was in the hospital, like bedridden for close to 3 months, I believe. Yeah, just surgeries and all the fun stuff.
Is
Got
your
down to like under 100 pounds. You see me now, you couldn't imagine that, but I was skin and bones.
No, I can't imagine that. I
Mhm.
saw you. We'll get to the world record, but your arms look like they're the size of my fucking head. Like it doesn't even look real. I'm like, when they ask me what's the difference between men and women, I'm like Mike Egan. Like that's the fucking difference.
For a guy being, 4 feet tall, no one usually calls me small. So I got that going for me.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are not small, bro.
Rightfully
In any
Yeah.
does are you married at this point? Like, is your wife like, and how is your wife doing? Is she just like anything to help you get through it? She's strong as shit, just a rock star.
Oh, yeah. My wife is a beast. Yeah. So we've been married for several years now. Got 2 kids. My daughter's 2.5. My son is a month old.
Mm.
Uh,
Yay.
yeah. So, and she's the one that keeps the ship afloat. I I have crazy plans and ideas, and a lot of those crazy plans and ideas are only possible because, her support and everything she does. So, always thankful for her. I shared a story recently of, our son was born October 29th. We leave the hospital on Halloween, or we get discharged from the hospital, and we get home like 5 p.m. And my wife's just like, she obviously still sore, still like just got off tons of medication, get home, and she's like, let's go take our daughter trick or treating. I want to create memories for her. So
I
we
saw
go
that.
and walk around the neighborhood, and I was just like blown away. And I took a video and I posted it, and she's like, oh, that was nice. She's like, but it's not that crazy. I was like, that's freaking
Pretty crazy.
for you to go
Mhm.
out there and do that. And that's my wife in a nutshell. She's always thinking of others first, and she takes good care of us over here.
Have you guys always had that mindset where it's like you guys just do the hard things, or is that something that you think has really developed since your injury and your recovery, and then obviously the bond of your relationship through that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, between me and my wife, we always, before like something big happens, we always just tell each other the same thing, like we can do hard things, and that's just, we figure it out and we just get it done. Obviously, we're not immune to stressors and everything that happens in your life, and we struggle still with certain things, but we always find a way, and we take that outlook approach of things and being like, okay, this issue is small in retrospect. Let's just get it done and move past it. We make a pretty good team.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, dude. I can't even imagine what you went through. And then after that, feeling like, okay, everything else is just little. It's all just
Yeah.
little after that.
Yeah.
One question I did want to ask you, did the military help you out after you came home? And after, like, did they help you out with all that stuff, your surgeries, your recovery, were they good to you, or?
They did take good care of me. I will say, the military, it, the base I was at, really great staff. BAMC here in San Antonio is like one of the most renowned hospitals in the U.S. The staff is amazing. The doctors are amazing. My PTs, OTs, all really wanted to see me progress and do well. And so I did that, and I progressed very quickly in my rehab. I think I ended up getting out of the military a little over a year after I got injured, which is super fast considering the extensiveness of my injuries. I wish I had more time with those people, because once you're out, like, you don't
Yeah.
have access to that anymore, right? And some people told me, like, along the way, they're like, hey, slow down a little bit, like you should work with these people a little longer and feel more, independent in your day-to-day life. And I was just like, no, I just, like, they tell me to do something, I do it. And I got out and I was like, oh man, like, I wish I slowed down a little bit and took advantage of those resources that I had there. And then went into the VA system, and luckily, there's ways to circumvent that if you pay a little bit extra to go back to those kind of facilities. But it was probably like at least a year or two before I realized that and tackled the VA system. And that's always fun.
The
Yeah,
VA
good fun.
system
Well,
is fun.
her father is also was a Marine in
Vietnam,
Vietnam. Sorry.
Vietnam Marine.
Yeah, he was a
Yep.
tunnel
Yep.
rat.
But he so he has 2 Purple Hearts, and he had a pin in his knee from from being shot once in the knee, and he had very different. So I'm a later baby. My father is older. He just turned 80 this year. So he, old school, get home, accepts whatever little benefits that he got when he came home way back then, never questioned it. Just, it was what it was. He went and served. He wanted to serve, honored that he served, came home, once he retired. And, I'd probably say we've been together 13 years. So probably about 13-ish years ago, he started to have surgeries. And so now his knees are even worse. Like his one knee is even worse because they took that pin out from decades ago, that was probably never put in the right way in the first place. And so he's had 2 knee surgeries where they've had to, go in and clean the knee, and obviously had to take a little bit more bone than they thought, than the scan showed, because things were infected and, those kind of things and whatever. So he's been dealing with medical things from the VA and struggles with dealing with the VA, and kind of the same thing. You're grateful for what it can provide, but as much as you need it to be there, it's difficult. But that's all healthcare, sadly, unfortunately.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I was more fortunate than most, and that's mainly because my injuries were so severe and I was on such heavy medication that I was considered like incapable of making decisions. So they assigned someone to me
Oh,
who knew the system super well, and they took really good care of me and did all the things I would have no clue that was out there or that was accessible to someone who experienced those injuries. So like I have guys who have similar stories, like they got shot or something, still fully coherent, able to do that. They heal you up, you exit the military, and you don't get that kind of information or that treatment of
Right.
like an individual caseworker who's just like, here's this file on that was, or something that was established in 1957 where you can get this compensation for so and so, and they don't get that kind of treatment or care. And it should be that way for everyone.
yeah.
Any type of combat injury. So, I think over the years there's been progress, but there's a lot of room for improvement for sure.
Do you still have that person that helps you, or have you parted ways once you got more of your independence, once you got back home?
So once I exited the military, that was no longer a thing for me. But I did, like I said, I spent a year on the base. My out processing was, several months, and they made sure they checked all the boxes and provided any assistance they could for me. And I think there is a way to get like access to a caseworker, but it's so like not common knowledge. For anyone that served in the military that received combat related injuries, I think you can apply to meet with a caseworker and have them represent you for benefits. I cannot speak to 100% fact of that,
Right.
because I tell my guys, I'm like, I have a lot of guys who have Purple Hearts or injuries, and they're like, oh, I don't feel like I should go in or get this compensation. I'm like, dude, like, go in.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
there. You did your part. Like, military messes your body up whether you're in combat or not. Like, you got busted up knees. Like, come on. So I think there is ways to get that access, but for me, it was provided because I was just so not coherent. Like, I had to sign over power of attorney to like my mom to sign off on stuff for me. I couldn't do any of that. So,
Yeah.
in a way, I was fortunate with that for sure.
What's
Having that good support.
I found this, and I have to ask, like,
Oh, good. I was going to ask this too. Yeah. Go ahead.
not is this the Yeah, and you're right. Got some running legs. It's going great. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is? So you have something tethered to your back. Is this the first time that you're trying these out?
So in several years. So this is like a 10-year gap of me trying running blades. Um, and this is at the hospital that so this is the same hospital I was at back in 2014, Center for Intrepid here in San Antonio. Um, and I
The
went
way
back.
you,
I got a referral from my doctor to go back here and
the way
work with
you
these.
just drop that cane and you're like, I'm out. Like,
It's
like
so
you're like,
good.
I'm out.
They didn't know I was going to do that. So if you like pause it and watch them, like when I start falling, they're all freaking out.
The doctor that's holding you, then he just
Yeah,
lets
just
go. He's
watch.
like, well, we're gonna
We're just like,
Look, the one in the back is like,
That's
yeah, she
so
freaks
good.
out.
face.
Their faces.
And you're
are
just like, whatever.
yeah.
Like, that's
I was like,
amazing, dude.
I'm gonna send it, and see what happens. I'm tethered. I'm good.
That's
Mm.
awesome. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I just couldn't, I just, the way you just throw your cane off to the side and you're like, I'm out. Like, that's it. That was just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to go for it sometimes, and see how it works out. And yeah,
That-
lots of falling with those. But yeah, I hadn't tried those in like 10 years, so I'm a little rusty. A little rusty.
And that was, how long was that after you actually, how long was that after you like were healed up, and was it?
That was earlier in the year, actually. So that was fairly recent. But my first time doing running legs was probably 2014. And they were a lot different. Those that I was following in that video have like knee joints. So they bend when you run or you like pick up speed. The ones I used previously don't bend, which is a lot easier. So once you like imagine you have stiff stilts, right? It's awkward, but most people can probably do it. And then you add some bend in there, it makes it a lot more complicated. And you have like this tiny little square pad. If you don't hit that perfectly on the ground, you're tipping over. So I am not I will not be an avid runner in those, but it'd be cool to like do a lap around a track or something. But yeah.
Is the goal, are you still in like PT and stuff like that? Is that the goal to get you on a set of legs?
So I have walking prosthetics that I use. They're just meant for like everyday walking. So like if I go to like the grocery stores, like one stop, I can throw my legs on, hop in the truck without the wheelchair, go grab some groceries and come home. That's about the extent of my capabilities of walking right now. I know a lot of guys who are double amputees, they can walk like all day on them because they're beasts and they just want to. For me, I love the simplicity of the chair. I stay physically active plenty in the chair. I get stuff done a lot faster.
Yeah, you definitely do stay physically active in the chair. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're aware.
So it's kind of up to the person, right? So like what kind of level of independence you want to have. It's great to be able to walk everywhere, to be able to take the stairs if you want. But I can cruise in my chair and get stuff done a lot faster. And I'm okay with that and having to use prosthetics everywhere I go. The pain is a little bit uncomfortable when walking around with excessive training and time in them. It gets a little bit better, but I had some pretty crazy wheelchair goals this year. So I shelved the prosthetic stuff for a bit. So.
How long did it take you to be okay with being in the wheelchair and realizing that, maybe legs for you because of the pain or because of the frustration, because of how long it took, or, or all the above? How long did it take you to accept that you were in the chair and then start that journey of acceptance and growth and the changing of your mindset?
Yeah, that's a good question because it did take me a long time. When I first got injured, I got out of the hospital. It's like, oh, new life. Like, what the heck do I do with it? Type thing. And you'd see other amputees and stuff walking around in prosthetics. Like, oh, that's the next thing. That's how I overcome this. Or, and I feel like I got exposed to a lot of people who really um, did well with prosthetic use and would wear it like as soon as they wake up, they throw prosthetics on and they wear them all day. And I just built that anticipation in my mind of like, that's what I need to do. And I would get so frustrated because my pain levels would just go through the roof. After an hour wearing them, I was just like, I can't bear it anymore. Um, and everybody's pain level is different, especially like depending on the how you experienced your injury, whether it was trauma related or you were born with an amputation or limb difference. The experiences are very different, and I didn't have that knowledge at the time, so I got exposed to a lot of people with limb difference who were rock stars on the prosthetics. Not saying one journey is harder than the other, but I got exposed.
What's limb difference?
So it's like being born with missing a limb.
As opposed to, okay, all right.
As opposed to like a trauma-related injury like mine. So I got exposed to some people who were some rock stars on prosthetics, and I was just like, I built up that anticipation for myself. Like, I need to do that, and was very discouraged when I realized that I wasn't ready for that as quickly as I would have liked. I cruised through PT in the military, and I was just like, I can cruise through this. And I was like, life was just like, nope, you need to slow down. So it took a couple years, and then I realized I'm like, I could still do a lot in a chair, and I'm perfectly happy and content with where I'm at. So
I'm going to ask you a question in a second, but I just want to KDL, Kenneth Delap, he wants to know, is it like shoes? You have running legs, your lifting legs, your walking legs, etc. Like, is it different for everything?
Yeah, if you go in my closet, I have more pairs of legs than I do. My wife has shoes. So it's like, take your pick. So I have walking legs, I have running legs, I have stubbies, which are like super short legs. So like it's just like a foot plate on the end of a socket. So I walk around like a little short person just shuffling my feet.
Tater tot.
Yeah.
Tater tot.
Yeah. Essentially.
Okay. Awesome.
Still really have a hard time like getting stuff off the shelf with those, but I have some like off-road snowboarding legs that I never use. They have like shocks in them, so you can ride like dirt bikes or snowboarding. And yeah, it's just kind of like a horror show in the closet, just legs everywhere, just on top of each other. And
which one are you gonna pick out? Make sure they're all the right size. Make sure they're not both the right foot. Make sure.
Yeah, and a good question I always get is like, do you choose like how tall you are? Yes. You do. Yeah. So if I wanted to be 7 feet tall, I could.
Sorry, Joseph. You don't get to choose how tall you are, but homeboy gets to choose how tall he is. Sorry, buddy.
Right. So if I meet somebody I kind of, I got beef with, and they're just like an inch taller than me, I just go see my prosthetist. They gotta look up to me.
Megan wants to know.
Oh yeah, I was
go ahead. Yeah.
Thing. Yeah. Do you have any phantom pain?
I would say I had really bad phantom pain the first couple years after my injury. After that, I don't really experience it. I experience constant nerve pain. And it's just like shocking sensation on my legs, just 24/7. It's progressively gotten better, but phantom pain, no, I don't really experience that anymore, thankfully. But every time I go to the doctor and I complain about pain and I look at the chart, they just say phantom pain. I was like, it's not phantom pain.
Like,
I know what that is, but it's not it. So it's just like everything that's wrong with me, phantom pain. It's like, cool.
We saw your the short documentary they made of you, and they put it on the CrossFit Games YouTube, and that was really, really cool. And however they did it, I mean, it made me want to run through a brick wall when I saw it. I was like, oh, I don't do enough with my life right now. I should do more with my life.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I very much feel that hearing
Yeah.
people's stories.
Tyson crushed that documentary. He did an awesome job. Their team was great. And yeah, I was very surprised when they were just like, "Hey, you mind us following you around the whole games and then after and catch you coaching?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" But it was really cool.
It
Glad
was
you
cool
enjoyed
that
it.
you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Um,
really, really cool.
Do you find CrossFit before or after? Do you find CrossFit before?
No, so I think I had some exposure to CrossFit before. I saw the CrossFit games and I was just like, "That's pretty cool." And then I joined the military, and then after I didn't find CrossFit until I think it's almost been 5 years now, somewhere between 4 or 5 years ago. So very recent. So obviously, I dive headfirst when I find something I like. I just dive in, and as soon as I found out
I
about,
thought I was that person, but to the extent that you are, I like dip my toes. I
Yeah,
don't dive all
yeah.
the way.
so like I said, I went to college. Realized I went for college for psychology. Eventually, wanted to be a counselor, and realized I'm like a uber introvert, and I can't operate a full day job doing that. So I became a trainer, and I've been a trainer for over 10 years. But I was training a client, so it's kind of like a long winded story, but I'll try to keep it short.
No,
Uh,
go for it.
I was training a client who had a disability. He had spinal bifida. This was like 6 years into my coaching journey. And he's like, "Hey, I want to work with you." And I was like, "Hey, I want to work with you too, but I don't know how to train you like safely." So it's like, if you don't know what a spinal bifida is, it's like a fusion of the spine or certain parts of the body. Um, I was like, "I want to train you, but I don't know how to safely do that. Let me go do some research and I'll get back to you." And I started like Googling or searching for different courses you could take on, adaptive training and stuff like that. And Adaptive Training Academy, who I now work for, popped up, and they were doing a seminar in San Antonio like 2 months after. So I was like, perfect timing. Cool, I'll go. I show up. It's at a CrossFit gym. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense. Like, I had no idea it was like functional fitness, CrossFit based type movements. I was just like, at the time, I was doing like powerlifting / bodybuilding type
Yep.
coaching, like very bro gym type stuff, like go to the commercial gym and get a workout in and go home. So I pull up to the CrossFit gym. Uh, they have the ATA seminar, 2 day seminar. Meet Kevin Ogar as soon as I walk through the door. And he's just like, "You have really big biceps. You want to work out with me during lunch?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And I started taking this course, and I'm like, "This is CrossFit. Like, I'm in a CrossFit class, and I had no idea." Very functional movements. They focused on like scaling adaptations for the adaptive community. And I did my first CrossFit workout with Kevin Ogar, and he smoked me, and I loved it. And
That's awesome.
that is how I started CrossFit. Was that weekend with Kevin Ogar and ATA staff. Logan Aldridge was there, Alec, several other people, Kristen Arnold, all big CrossFit community people. And yeah, I started working with them, and then I started competing that year at the Adaptive CrossFit Games.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
So,
This is like the one area that I would think makes it more accessible, right? Like you see people in wheelchairs, or you see people with neurodivergence, or you see people missing limbs or whatever, and they're doing this. And so this is the one place where I feel like representation does matter. Like if you can see another person in a wheelchair doing pull-ups or climbing a rope or do, all the things that you guys do, I feel like it makes it so that they feel like it's safe for them to go do it too and
right.
try too.
It makes it more tangible, right? Like most people, when they think of CrossFit or have been exposed to CrossFit, they see the CrossFit games and they see these freaks of nature that are in their like 20s just like crushing these workouts, and it's just like, oh, that's CrossFit. It's the high level stuff. But in actuality, you go to a CrossFit gym and you see people of like all ages, all physical capabilities, and I think that exposure is like paramount to the success of CrossFit, because that's your everyday people. Like, you have an injury, you have a knee surgery, and you're like, oh, I can't work out. They're like, oh, there's this guy in a wheelchair I know that competes in CrossFit and he still works out. I can go sit down and do a workout. So it makes it more accessible to people that don't even have disabilities. They're like, this works, obviously. Um,
But
so
also
it's
at the same time, it's crazy, right? Like our kid is on the spectrum and he doesn't look at other kids playing football and go, oh, there's another kid with autism playing football. He just wants to go play football. So it obviously took um, people like a Kevin Ogar or like you, or, to be like, hey, I just see people doing CrossFit and I just want to go do CrossFit. And for me, the mental strength that you have to go do that and just be like, I don't care what my physical limitation is. I'm just going to go do that because I see it and I like it, is crazy. Are any of were your family members or your wife or anybody like, wait, what are you going to go do right now?
Yeah. I mean, initially they were just like, okay. Because once I like set my mind on something, like I'm just like, this is happening. So it it was definitely like a quick 180 flip of like, um, you know, a trajectory in my life where I was just like, I always say, like, always be a coach first and an athlete second. I love coaching. I'll continue to coach long after I'm done doing all this crazy stuff I'm doing. But it was what I experienced in that 2 day seminar, working with them, and the functionality that is CrossFit and how it's applicable and beneficial to so many people, to everyone. I was just like, this is where I want to put my focus and attention, not just as a coach, but I want to show people like this is out there and help bring exposure to it, because I think uh, one of the biggest areas out there is exposure to people with disabilities, or people, like I said, not in their 20s just crushing it on TV at the CrossFit games. Like, people need to know this is out there, it's accessible to everyone, and you can go out there and do this. It doesn't take, you
Because
know
my fear is like, it'll be me, right? Like I'll see something, my kid will want to go do it. And I'll be like, hey, that's not safe for you.
Mhm.
And I
right.
don't want to create that barrier for him. And he's little. Like when he's a grown ass man, he can go decide to do whatever it is that he wants to go decide to do.
Yep.
But as young as he is, he's 8,
Right.
and he's full of, testosterone too. And he wants to go jump off of everything and be ridiculous. But in my mind, I know he has autism. And so there's a part of me that's like, oh God, don't go try that because that might not be safe for you. And I know that that's not good. Like, I
Yeah.
know it's not good, but
I think the best thing you need to do is put them in environments that challenge them safely. So like, obviously, like, for example, I showed up to I actually tried CrossFit years before. And I tell this story now at seminars. I said my first CrossFit workout was with Kevin Ogar, but I actually went to a CrossFit gym like 3 years before that because a friend recommended it to me. And it was the worst experience I've ever had at a gym. I show up to the class, coach briefs the class, and it was like a running circuit workout outside. They had bikes outside, there were weights outside, doing all this stuff. And he didn't know what to do with me. So he's like, hey, there's this bike in the corner. You can hop on that. And proceeds to, I sit on a bike. And then the whole class goes outside for like an hour. And I'm just sitting there on the bike. And I'm just like, CrossFit sucks. Like, this is, that was
Yeah.
my first impression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one, no longer hold that against CrossFit. Shame on me for doing that. But I think I was exposed to an environment that was not knowledgeable on how to properly train me. I was exposed to someone who was not inclusive to my needs, to make me feel included in the class, to make me feel seen and not different than anyone else. And I wasn't challenged. And I think those three things are such a crucial step for anyone, whether it be a physical limitation or a mental limitation, to be successful and to challenge themselves in an environment that is beneficial for them. So to that point, it's just like find something that you know is a good fit and surround your kid with people who care and want to see them succeed, and do it at your own pace. You know, you're their parent for a reason. You love them. You want them to succeed and not see them fail. But failing is a part of the process, and it's, you know, all a part of whether you make it to where you learn something and grow and become a better person for it. So I failed a lot. I have failed more than I've succeeded, and I'm very happy where it's got me today.
I think we all do. And I
Yeah.
still think that we're still terrified of it, but have seen the benefit of it on the other side. Yeah, it might take us a second to get to that other side, but realizing that every choice and every bad decision or mistake that we made or whatever, every hurdle that we had to jump over, anything like that, like we still learn on the other side. And we are here today because of everything that we've gone through. And I think that what we try to do, you know, which was hard for me, again, was to not keep my son in a bubble. I want to keep him in a bubble and I want to keep him safe. But now I'm able to take a step back, and I look at it like a construction site, or like they're doing road work, where I can set a sign up far enough back before the road work actually is happening and hope that people see it. You know what I mean? Like when there's stuff going on, they set all these signs up to let you know that it's coming, but it's still like a couple miles down the road. I feel
Yeah.
like that as a parent now. Like I'm setting up these signs to let him know that there's something going on that might be dangerous or he needs to pay attention to. Hopefully he'll see those signs before he gets there, before he sees what's going on, and he can make a better decision. And I think once you're able to look at it from a different perspective like that, of like, he's going to be challenged and we want him to be challenged. He's going to fail. He's going to have difficult times and whatever, but it doesn't mean that he's not going to learn from that and he's not going to grow from that. You know, and I think that, you know, talking with Kevin, you know, he kind of said the same thing, you know, because I used to be a CrossFit coach and I had an experience where a kid came in a wheelchair, and I had been exposed to disabilities before, but I had never been exposed in a CrossFit setting. So I felt like I couldn't help him. I felt like the only thing that I could help him with was anything upper body, nothing getting out of his chair, anything like that. And the kid was actually like, I can get in and out of my chair. Just what do I do when I get out of my chair? Let's focus on this movement, and then I will get out of my chair, get back to where I need to go. I mean, by, you know, the second time that I saw him, he was getting out of his chair to get on the floor to do push-ups and burpees and sit-ups. And then he would get himself back in the chair and he would do, like, you know, overhead or a pull-up or whatever the workout was. And it was like he was challenging me, like, don't look at me like I can't do this. I'm just asking you to give me some ideas of what I should be doing. You know what I mean? And so it's really helpful too, because we put that fear on people that we don't understand. You know what I mean? So from the other perspective, I mean, I didn't put him in a corner somewhere. So that sucks that you went through that experience, but it is very overwhelming as a coach that doesn't have that knowledge. But it seems like that I'm sorry, it's ATA. Is that the
ATA, yeah.
is really doing a lot of work to be able to bring that awareness to the CrossFit community. How much do you guys travel for these seminars? How many seminars are there for this program?
We usually do at least once a month. So we already have like 3 booked next month. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. No one's in Baltimore. I think the other's in Kansas City. I don't remember where the third one is, but basically, if there's a need or a interest in an area, you know, a few CrossFit boxes want to certify some of their coaches. We usually travel. You get at least 20 plus coaches interested. you know, we'll reach out to a local box. We'll come, we'll do our 2-day seminar and certify some people, and you know, help spread that awareness of, you know, that accessibility is for everyone. Fitness is for everyone, and that's kind of our story, and you know, how we approach fitness, and the importance of like your experience as a coach. Like, you don't need, this course is so beneficial in, you know, understanding the intricacies and increasing your capabilities as a coach. You want to ever challenge your coaches in a fun way, try and blindfold someone and have them teach that person as if they were blind. It's the funniest thing you can ever do to coaches in a gym, because it just like blows their mind of like, okay, how do I coach you? You can't see what I'm doing, because everyone does visual cues, right? But you as a coach, not having going through ATA seminar, probably didn't even know this thing existed. You still approached it as, let's figure this out together. And that's the number one step, like, of just show me what you can do and let's see what we can work with. And that's how my coach and I started. And we figured it out as we went. And it was amazing just to have that acceptance of like, I don't know what to do with you, but let's figure it out together.
Right.
And that's all you need. That's all you need.
That's the first step. That's the first step. Maddie Burns, when you guys coming to Florida? Matt, you have to get enough coaches interested and then
So we
reach
were
out to
just
them.
in Florida.
Oh,
We were
man.
just in
just
Florida.
missed it.
We went to CrossFit Sea Dogs. I didn't personally go because it was like the week after the world record, and I couldn't feel my hands.
Probably needed to rest, right?
Yeah, but we were just in Florida. You can do it online, but like I said, if there's enough interest, we'll travel to you. Let us know. But yeah.
All right, let's get into that. World record holder, 152.36 miles in 24 hours. My guy. What in the world? Like,
literally.
what even put this on your radar as something that you wanted to do?
Yeah. So it was this crazy idea I had. Like, I saw this record like years ago, and it was kind of like in the start of like my CrossFit journey. And I was like, that'd be really cool. Like, I like hard stuff, and that was obviously, I was like too insane to even imagine at the time. And I was just like, I'm gonna shelve it. And then a little over a year ago now, it's just like, I'm gonna do it, because I realized I was like, I've always sucked at cardio, and I was like, that's super challenging for me. So I started training for it and gearing up for it, and yeah, I don't know. One day I was just like, this is the year I do it, and I said I'm gonna do it before the end of the year, no matter what, and we did. So.
Now, when you set this goal, do you reach out to, you obviously know a lot of people in the CrossFit space and the adaptive space. Do you reach out to a team and you're like, hey, I want to do this, and to like have support, accountability, you know, that kind of stuff, strategy? Like, do you create a team while you're training for this?
So eventually I did, yes. So like I said, like a year, I trained for over a year, or just about a year, for this. When I started training, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my wife. I didn't tell anybody, because I needed to let the idea like stick in my head of just like, okay, I need to see if I got this. And I went out and I just did some pushes, and I was like, man, I really suck at this. Like, I spent like 3 months just trying to do it myself, and was still doing CrossFit at the time. I would do like cardio day CrossFit class, and I'd do that 3 times a week. So work out 6 days and then take a rest day. I did that for like 3 months of just testing it out to see how I held up, and how my body was handling it. And once that 3 months had passed, I was like, okay, I haven't made enough progress. Like, I need to, if I'm going to do this, I need to dive all in. And Brett Palzer is a adaptive athlete in my division. Great friend of mine. His coach coaches like endurance athletes, has done like backyard ultras, ran over 100 miles, done all this crazy stuff. And I was like, and Brett's like, why don't you give him a call? So started working with him. His name's George, works at Omni Athlete Training Systems. And we started working together, and he's like, I've trained elite runners to do these crazy races. He's like, I've never trained anyone to do it in a wheelchair. So he's like, let's try this thing out and figure it out as we go. Just like that. And
so everybody's basically like, let's just try this crazy ass thing that no one's ever done before or attempted to do before, and let's go for it.
yeah, I mean, I tried to research too, like the last guy who did the record was set back in 2007. And there's like no documentation. There's no like videos or anything to go off of. There's no, here's how to do ultra marathons in a wheelchair.
No YouTube in a wheelchair.
You can't ask Chat GTP. They're not giving you shit.
That's what I should have done. ChatGPT, make me a 1-year training plan to do this world record.
Back.
Oh, and by the way, I'm in a wheelchair. So put that into the equation too. So
it's like, go for a 5-mile run. Wear really good running shoes.
Right. Make sure you get your running legs with the right shoes on them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, we talked to.
If y'all have legless jokes, do not be afraid to throw them out. Like my coworkers are the harshest people on me, and I've heard it all. So feel free.
I was gonna say this is easy compared to, I'm sure, the jokes that you and Kevin have with each other, because when we met and talked to Kevin, the jokes that he had for us were so funny, and it was like, oh wait, are we allowed to say this? Can we laugh? No. Can we laugh? He's like, you can laugh. It's fine.
Kevin's like, Lisa is the one that has to pull back the reins on Kevin half the time because he's full throttle, like 24/7. Kevin can't say that. Like Kevin, there's kids around watching. Love the guy to death, but man, he's crazy. He's crazy. He has smaller biceps than me though, so.
I mean, your biceps are fucking.
That's
huge,
the competition. We have never taped up. Actually, that's been a thing. He's like, we need to tape up. See whose arms are bigger. It's like, okay. I was like,
you're like mine.
I was like,
and they always will be. So
I would put money on yours for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he says, he's like, well, my calves are bigger. It's like, thanks, Kevin. But Kevin ties his shoes like he's going for a walk every day. So, I mean, he's really the crazy one. Sorry, I'll stop.
No,
you're good.
So good. It's so good. Okay, so
wait, hold on. I finally found this. I really wanted to ask you. I feel like this is a training video.
Oh boy.
And what is happening? Like, this was 7 a.m. to 7 or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
What?
This was my first big test for the world record. That's so miserable.
Oh yeah. There's the body. Breathe. Breathe.
I was like seizing up right there.
Yeah, you're good. Get some water. Just pure water. 75.28, brother. Wow. Let's go. Wow. Hell yeah, man.
That was
your entire body is seizing up, you're saying?
Yeah, I was in so much pain. We did this test in San Diego. That's George, my coach, saying 75 miles. We did a 12-hour test and we did it during the night. So I got the experience of what it would be like to go through the night. And we did it in San Diego on this like stretch of sidewalk next to the beach. And we're like, oh, it's a nice path. Like, it'll be great to train on. One public walking area. There's people on bikes and dogs and homeless people and like all types of craziness on this boardwalk late at night. And we do the test there. And it started off great. And then very sandy. So I had sand everywhere. And then sprinklers turned on at like 2 a.m. So I had like wet sand all over me. I had like missing skin all under my arms and like my back. And it was an interesting experience to say the least. It made me very prepared for the world record. But yeah, it was a 12-hour test I did out in San Diego.
How far out was that before the test actually occurred?
So that I would say I did that 3 months before, maybe 2 months before the world record.
Odd.
We had talks about doing like a 16, but the recovery time after like doing stuff like that is so long, it's not super beneficial to go beyond that. Because for that attempt, I was hurting longer than I was after the world record, just because the conditions weren't too great, and we were just nervous that I would have bad conditions wherever I did a 16-hour test, and I'd be out for like 2 weeks of training, and then it wouldn't be beneficial. So, but yeah, that was probably a little over 2 months before, and then I started doing like 100+ mile weeks all the way up to the world record.
Okay.
That is insane.
When because you obviously beat the world record while there was time still on the clock, right? Like what the world record was, what, 113 miles or something like that, and you ended up with 152. So I'm assuming there's a lot of time left on the clock when you actually unofficially break the world record, right?
Yeah, so I broke the world record at 6 a.m. on the second day. So I started right at noon. So I had 6 hours left once I beat the world record. So it's just like,
what part
hey,
of you is like, let me keep going for 6 hours? Wouldn't you just be like, yo, I did it? what's that like when you know you did it and you look at it and you're like, I have 6 hours left? What?
yeah.
What
It
are
was
your
a
people saying to you? Did they keep you going? Like what?
Yeah. I mean, my coaches knew what I wanted going into it. I had the goal of 150 plus, but there's also that voice in your head that's like, okay, you got a new world record. Like you could, essentially take a 6-hour nap for the remainder of this. But
Or take an hour nap or stretch out or get a meal.
But you know how that goes. The minute you stop a workout, it hurts way more than slowing down just a little bit. So
facts.
Yeah, my rest, like I wasn't allowed to rest more than like 15 minutes. I think I only rested once for 15 minutes. My longest rest after that was like 10, and then my usual rest was like 5 minutes. So like I would use the restroom, shove some food in my face, and go back out. Like my coach, love my coach. I couldn't have done it without him. But man, at the end of those last few hours, I was like, I hate you. I was like, just let me sleep on this table for 2 minutes. He's like, no. But yeah, I had a goal. They made sure I hit it, and we did. So I'm happy with it.
You just wanted to make sure no one can ever touch that record ever again unless they have biceps like yours. That's pretty much.
Yep.
I mean, it's an attainable record. Like you could do it. It wouldn't be easy for sure. But the guy who did the record previously actually did it in a racing chair. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're like 2-wheel with 1 wheel up front.
The Olympic ones?
Yeah, like Olympic trials type stuff. In those, you can go super fast. So I think the fastest recorded mile on one of those is like 4 minutes or something around there. Insane. So, and that's a possible piece of equipment you could use. I didn't want to do that. One, that's an expensive piece of equipment. It's like 20 grand for those chairs.
Oh God.
And I was just like, I want to set a record in an everyday chair. So someone crazier than me one day can like go and do it or train for it if they want to.
Something attainable.
Make it attainable and make it like something where you don't need to drop tons of money to go chase this thing. And there's a female who set the female record in an everyday chair too earlier in the year. She did 103 miles. So, it is obviously a crazy feat and something I trained a long time for, but hopefully in the aftermath of doing that, people are just like, oh, there's this stuff out there. I can go. I think the most accessible way to do fitness if you have a disability, especially if you're a wheelchair user. Go outside your door and push. Like, it's practical. It's what you need to do every day to be independent. Like, go out your door and just push for a couple miles, go home. So,
Oh, I have a question. Is there like a weight component? Are there like weight classes to this? So like, did you set a record in a weight class? Like if Kevin Ogar went out and tried to do it, I mean, he just looks like he's just a
yeah.
massive big dude. Like, does that count or does not factor?
No, so no weight classes in this. It's divided like by sex, male, female, and that's it. So it's just no weight class. Anybody can go out there and do it. For my record, it has to be a manual chair. It can't have any like push assistance or anything. So it's really just, anyone in a manual chair wants to go out there and see what they got.
Race you?
Yeah, good luck.
See
Good
if
luck.
they can.
Damn.
So you eventually got a team because we saw a lot of the videos of you having people there with you while you were doing it. How much of it did you do by yourself? And when did you have some people come? I know I forget her name. She's in the adaptive wheelchair division too.
Andrea Wilson.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think she did some time with you and whatever. So how much did you do by yourself and how much did you have someone just pacing with you? And how much was that helpful during those times that they were out there with you?
Yeah, so I had people out there with me for a good portion of the event. The way I wanted to do the event, I wanted it to be a community thing. So actually anyone could join me, whether they were running or rolling in a wheelchair at any point during the race. So if you watch any clips, you'll see like barriers set up. So I had my race team, like people like Andrea Wilson, Tom Yazga, a few other good friends that would be on the outside with me. But anyone like that wanted to come out on the course could do the inside loop right next to me throughout the 24 hours. So I almost always had someone out there with me throughout the entire world record. But yeah, so those inner barriers where people are standing and sitting right there, people can walk and roll with me, run, whatever they wanted to the entire time. So, that's when I beat the record right there and still had 6 hours left. And my coach was like, "Great job, buddy. Well, we're not done." I was just like,
yeah,
damn.
114 miles, 18 hours. Oh, gross.
Yeah.
And it was like you knew you had all that time left.
Yeah. Yep.
So do you just coast after that? Are you like, or did you like literally that was all you had when you finished those last 6 hours?
So there was no time to coast to hit my goal. Like 150 was like a Hail Mary for me on if I knew it was possible. The 12 hour I did 75 and it took everything out of me. And that was my furthest test up to this. And I had nothing left. Like I was just like, there's no way I can do this for another 12 hours. Like I couldn't move after those 12 hours. So I didn't know going into the world record. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like that 75 miles at 12 hours took everything I had. Like I went to my buddy's Brett's house and I just like crashed for like hours on end and couldn't move. So there was no time to really coast at all. I think I just ebbed and flowed so much on how I was feeling of, things started hurting, different places throughout the entire attempt. I got super tired, obviously, in the middle of the night. And my pace just shifted off that. And then my coach would be like, "Oh, you tired? Here's some caffeine. Keep going." So my coaching team out there was top tier. They knew they would watch my pace. If I started slowing down to like anywhere close to 9 minutes, they'd pull me off, give me a little pep talk, give me some food, and push me back out there. And I'd be going back sub 830 miles. And, so they were constantly just keeping track of me, making sure I was good to go, but constantly moving the whole time. So
is there any rule? Like, do you have to have like, is there medical staff out there? Is there Guinness Book of World Records? Is there like a person from there?
No. So you I mean, I would advise anyone that does stuff like this to have medical staff out there. I have people who have medical experience out there. I actually did this at a fully adaptive theme park in San Antonio called Morgan's Wonderland. Amazing place. If y'all ever are in Texas or San Antonio, you should bring your son out here. It's amazing. But it's like a fully adaptive theme park. I've worked with them for years running a functional fitness program out of my gym. So good relations with them. They made sure I had everything I needed out there, which was awesome. But I wouldn't say there's any like strict requirement of like you have to have medical personnel on standby throughout 24 hours. Guinness doesn't send anyone out unless you cover travel expenses. So I didn't want to do that. So I was just like, y'all, I'll send you the evidence. Y'all can.
You got the
I'll say
video.
it's about me,
Yeah.
and doing that shit.
That's-
Like
yeah, fair.
I'd rather fly my own team and my friends if I need it, if they help versus that. Yeah.
I'm not paying for you to tell me I'm the best.
I already know.
Yeah.
I'll send you the videos and you can stay where you want to stay. Yeah. What are those conversations like? Or do the people that are running with you or rolling with you, are you talking with them to help you get through it mentally? Do you have headphones in? Like what do you mentally need while you are doing this, or a little bit of both?
So that also ebbs and flows throughout the entire attempt. Like I had headphones in the whole time, but I have like the open ear, so like I could still hear people while I'm listening to music and stuff. So it's pretty much always listening to music, but also talking to people. And most people, I usually gave off good vibes throughout most of the attempt, and I talked to people. And then there was just a point where I just like, I can't talk to anyone anymore. Like, I don't want to be near you. Feel super bad. I like Tom Miazga, one of my closest friends and fellow competitor in CrossFit. Super awesome guy if you've ever met him. He's just like the most positive person ever. And he's just like cracking jokes left and right. I'm just like, Tom, you got to shut up right now. I can't listen to you anymore. He's like singing songs. I was like, not right now, Tom.
You could be next to me, but don't talk to me.
Like, I love you, Tom, but shut up.
Yes.
So it ebbed and flowed throughout the 24 hours. But yeah, I had people out there pretty much the whole time cheering me on and helping me keep going, and it was helpful for
what's the recovery look like afterwards? I remember talking to Lisa a little bit, and she was like, he's gonna not be able to talk to you for at least 2 weeks to like recover 21 days. So
yeah, my recovery was pretty rough. I'd say I didn't really move much at all for like 4 days straight, other than just like transferring out in my chair when I needed to. I just couldn't move. Like I knew I was like, it was so bad. Like I have an ice bath at my house. And I was like, I'd really benefit from getting in the ice bath, but I couldn't get myself out. So I was just like,
damn,
I can't do it. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, I told my wife, I was like, I actually feel like I have a disability now. I've spent so many years training and doing all these crazy things. I was like, I feel like I'm actually.
I feel it
now. So it was 4 days super rough, and then my hands swelled up like balloons, and just like I had like popped blood vessels in my hands, and so it was pretty
Sabbath
gnarly.
essentials, people. Sabbath essentials. They'll take care of you.
It was not a healthy endeavor, to say the least, but I knew I'd be hurting myself by the end of it. And all things considered, I'd say I was back up and running like a little less than 2 weeks. I think at 2 weeks post world record, I went out and did like 7 miles, and I was like, okay, that's long enough.
Okay.
I always love when
they're
runners
like, okay.
or you set in a record, you're like, I just went out for a cash 7 miles. I don't think I've ever said that ever for anything, not even just walking. And you're just going to go take a casual, 7-mile roll of just whatever after you set the record.
I know.
Like, yeah, we are not the same.
No, not built the same at all.
I need to step up my game because that's just embarrassing.
And you're probably also like, you're going to do the CrossFit season and you're probably going to go back to the adaptive games, right? CrossFit adaptive games.
Possibly. I'm not sure yet. I have some other stuff possibly lined up this coming year, so I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze in everything. But Lisa told me I'm not allowed to compete ever again because I did.
You were on the mic this year, and you did great.
Post-event interviews, and she said everyone loved it. So she's like, "You aren't allowed to compete."
Sorry, your CrossFit career is just done. Yeah. Like, you have a new job. Like, and what Lisa says goes. So that's you don't really.
Like I said, you gotta stay on the good side.
You've already signed your contract to be a post-game interviewer and or on-field interviewer. So.
Yeah. I'll do the open and then we'll see. We'll go from there. But yeah, like I said, got to stay on Lisa's good side. So we'll see.
Well, we don't want to keep you too long, especially with those beautiful babies at home or whatever. But I just want to finish this off with one last question. And you kind of touched base on it, but I kind of want to just talk about it again. The stigma around CrossFit is that it's unsafe. People come in, they get hurt and they blame CrossFit, and the adaptive shows that it is not unsafe. What would be your message to people that have never tried CrossFit, got hurt by CrossFit, how important CrossFit actually is and how it does benefit your life?
Yeah. For one, CrossFit is not unsafe. There's unsafe, and you can do any movement unsafe and hurt yourself, whether it be in a gym doing like bench press or anything else. Like, it's only unsafe when you're not knowledgeable enough and know the intended stimulus of that exercise that makes it unsafe. And that's the safest place to experience and work on yourself in a fitness environment is a CrossFit class, because you have a certified coach there with you. It's safer than going to a commercial gym and figuring it out yourself, or going to a home gym and doing stuff for yourself. You have someone who has experience that will guide you. If you have questions, they're there for feedback. So the idea or the belief that CrossFit is dangerous and or unsafe is just, in my opinion, a cop out of just like, oh, I don't want to do that. I know somebody who messed up their shoulder doing that. I'm like, yeah, they probably tried to PR a lift and it was just like way too above what they should have done. Mm-hmm. And you know what, like, that stuff happens anywhere. You put yourself under that kind of strain, like it's bound to happen if you're pushing the limits of yourself. Like a world record, like I broke blood vessels in my hand, my knuckles. Like, that is not something I would tell someone to do or train for on a daily basis. Like, there's extremes of a sport, and then there's the everyday people who go in, do their 9 to 5, go home or do afternoon class and go home, and they will be healthier, happier, and live longer lives than anyone else who does not commit to something like that. So for my adaptive community, I would say, find you a coach. One, does not have to be certified through ATA, but is knowledgeable in working with the adaptive community, or is willing to learn. And just like that, like, show the coach what you're capable of, and then you'll find modifications and adapt those movements and go in there and discover what you're capable of. Like, it's the most empowering thing you can do. It makes you more independent in your day-to-day life. It forces you to put yourself in uncomfortable situations that will pay dividends in your everyday life. Like, life's uncomfortable. It's not built for people with disabilities. It's our job to live to our highest capabilities and to move through life as best as possible. So go out there, challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to fail, and see what's out there and do your best.
Dude, thank you so much. Please thank your beautiful wife for
Mhm.
giving you some time to hang out with us. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for letting us get to follow your journey. It was really cool to watch. We enjoyed every second of it.
We look forward to what's coming next. So.
We'll be paying attention to you. Troy Peterson, that dude is a fucking beefcake. Yeah, he really is, bro.
Roy, what's up, buddy?
He really is. It is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the opportunity to get to talk to you has been awesome. We'll tell Lisa that we said thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
And you can stay on her good side because
yeah,
you did good.
we
So
appreciate
she'll
it.
get that. But Mike, you stay with us. We're gonna say goodbye to you after. Thank you guys for being here.
Oh, I wasn't gonna end the stream. I was gonna keep
you're
going,
on the
but
stream. Okay, never mind. We'll let Mike go then because Garrett wants to talk about other things. So.
yeah, I'll hit you up. Thank you. We appreciate you so much,
Of course. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, see ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh man, that was cool.
I didn't know
as
you
shit.
wanted to chat.
Yeah, man.
Hi, guys.
We haven't chatted. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi.
Chat for a little bit. I mean, I know Shut Up and Scribbles on, but whatever. We just had the hottest guy. That dude is.
He's a very good looking guy.
He's fire.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that he just went out and did that world record, like that's crazy.
I mean,
insane.
Now to dirty talk. I don't know if it's dirty talk, but
well, if you haven't signed up for Primal Mobility, go do it. Don't use the code today. Don't use the code. Go support Matt. They're doing a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, that's on their Instagram.
It's on their Instagram. Let me look at it. I forget. It's 3 months.
Paper Street Coffee. They're doing he's doing his thing. He's got a ton of stuff and you can get Sabbath Essentials. They got a gift card for everything.
Yep. Primal Mobility, 3 months for $80. So go get it while it's hot.
Don't forget Vindicate. I think he's got something going all the way to Cyber Monday.
Yep.
So
he got it.
Fire. Kenneth, I thought you were supposed to go do that. Where is he? Did he leave? I thought you were supposed to go do that because of something. I thought I saw you say something about lunging.
Yes. Katie, I'll go sign up.
Vindicate is taking all of my money. I know, word, bro.
I know.
Over here too. How was Zootopia too?
It was so good. It was so good. So funny. Kids movies are cute for kids, but they're so for adults. They're so good. Baby had a blast.
He did have a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm in the wrong Instagram.
Bye.
Oh well. That's fine.
But hold on, I have this.
Oh God.
I put it in my story. I don't know if anybody has seen it in my story, but I will show it. And if you have, find it. Oh, it's so good. Hold on. Okay. Y'all ready?
No, I'm not.
You ready?
Oh God.
It says my deaf friend ordered a drink.
Friend ordered a drink.
Oh man, it went away.
You gotta click on the actual. Go to the reel, dude.
Damn. All right, hold on.
You're funny.
The fuck.
Y'all know how to do these things because it's usually me that does it. That's why.
Shush. All right, hold on. I got it now. My bad. Oh, why would you leave us like this?
What? I'm not paying attention to you. I'm trying to find the one that. There you go.
Ordered a drink. It was a Jack and Coke.
They're so fucked up. It's not even funny. Not even funny.
It's so funny.
Did anybody see the new? If you want to, go see the new. It's on Netflix. The new. Oh, Megan, I have to yell at you about a show too. But the Kevin Hart special.
It was funny.
It was hilarious.
It was funny.
Anybody 35 and older is gonna die laughing hysterically. It's really good.
So
it's not like
funny. But his last couple ones are not that good. This one was hilarious.
Yeah, it's your fault. Also, Landman is amazing right now. I know Seb's been talking about it, but I don't think he really cares about it the way that we do. And it is fucking hilarious right now.
Because I don't.
I care about it a lot. It's amazing.
watch that with you. So
Okay, this is the one I wanted to show Joseph, because I feel like I need Joseph or Kenneth or any of the men.
You're either born gay or straight. I don't think that's true at all. I think every man is either born gay or half gay. Still no? All right. What's your name? Chris. Rocky, good to meet you. Chris, you left-handed or right-handed? Right-handed. You throw a ball with your right hand? Boom, that's your masculine side, your manly side. You ever thrown a ball with your left hand? Yeah, that's your half gay side, bro. We've all done it. We've all done it, Chris, right? I'm like, hey, I'm going to throw this ball so far. I'm going to... Throw it back, Chris. Throw it back. Throw it back. Get it. There it is. It's the whole left side of my body, too. I get into a fight. I get my right hand forward. I'm like, let's go, bro. Left hand, I'm like, girl, you better back up. I don't know why.
Okay, that made me laugh the other day. What's your mom saying right now? 10% maybe. Yeah, okay. All right. That's fair. The bit about him racing his friends is hilarious. Yeah.
it's so funny. All
Because
of
you
it.
shouldn't.
All of it. So funny.
What's the one about making black people believe that ginger ale is medicine? It is.
Oh, it was so good.
It is medicine. Don't even play with me.
Didn't he say like a busted up ankle or a busted
Yeah.
up knee?
It
And
was
his
like-
friend's like, ginger ale doesn't work.
It does. I don't care whether it's placebo, whatever it is. Ginger ale works on anything.
Oh my gosh.
So does Robitussin, even though they just recalled it for some dumb shit.
Robitussin does not.
Robitussin's amazing. You don't even
No.
have to drink it.
I
You just
agree
rub
with
it on
with
some
the
shit.
ginger ale thing, but
Ginger ale works on everything. And he said that
got a
there's,
headache, ginger ale.
there's no ginger in it. I was like, I don't believe you. Fuck out of here.
Vicks.
Yep. Vapor rub
Vicks.
also.
Yes.
Yep. Facts.
Yep.
That's fair too.
There was a commercial that there's Vicks for the shower. Like if you there's
Oh, Vicks vapor rub for the shower.
yeah, and it like helps steam and make you feel better faster. And when the baby was sick, he's like, "Mommy, we need to go get that." And I was like, "You have Vicks on, you're fine."
He does have Vicks vapor rub. What else?
What?
There was some other shit that I
What,
saw
fat
that was
one?
crazy.
What? Can you get your legs all the way up here?
I probably No,
Barely?
he probably can't get his legs up.
Barely.
They almost caught Kevin Hart in some shit the
Yes,
other day
the
too.
steam. Your mom, dude, Vicks in the shower,
Shower
is
steam.
amazing.
And then it was always like for us, it was always Tiger Bomb, and then put sweatpants on
No, I wasn't.
and like a
I was never
sweatshirt
the
on,
Tiger
so the
Bomb one.
Tiger Bomb just like
You can't hold yourself up.
It was
that
crazy.
long, old man. You can't. Not with those legs.
oh Pappas. Oh, Jesus.
Is he saying fuck ginger ale was actually medicine? Pfizer would make it. Oh, if.
If ginger ale was
He was
no,
like-
that makes if Pfizer would make it, that means it's not medicine. Ginger ale is medicine because Schweppes makes it, or who makes it? There's two of them, and it would cost 150 per can.
Get down. Get down. Get down.
Bernie, I'm gonna talk about this on another show too, but I have this question to throw out there. I was watching a podcast and they brought up a pretty good premise. I'm kind of curious what you think about it.
Oh, she's asking you now so that you can respond to her. And
Yeah,
she
you
be
can
ready
respond-
for the
yeah,
next one.
yeah.
You can respond in the DMs.
So
for the
yeah,
next
you can
one.
answer this in the DMs.
Look at her doing podcast work on a live show right
yeah,
now.
yeah. I'm gonna do some research right now on the end of the show. But there was it was about the premise of morality and how morality works and what morality is rooted in. And when it came down to it, it was rooted just in your preference. So the example would be like, hey, I think sex trafficking is bad. Well, as a society, we've all agreed sex trafficking is bad and you shouldn't do that shit and it's horrible and you should go to jail if you do it and stay there and never get out. But it's because it's the preference of the majority of people. Like there's nothing that actually says that. There's no like there's no God-given law that says that. There's no like that. It's just because we've all agreed as a collective community that shit's wrong. I mean, there are some people that don't agree that shit's wrong, but the majority of the world agrees that shit's wrong. And then what really fucked me up was the part of the conversation where it's like, when there was slavery, the morality then was the collective was slavery was okay. So at the time, it was moral because the entire collective believed that it was moral because that was people's preferences at the time. And over time, our morality changed to believe that slavery is not moral. It's like, it's not decent. It's not right. You should not sell people. Does that make sense? Like, I was tripping off that. I was like, oh, our morals were shit for a long, long time. And then as a group of people, our morality changed and we all decided like, hey, women shouldn't be property. Hey, women should be allowed to own property. Hey, we shouldn't, like, our 14-year-old daughter shouldn't be able to get married. Hey, we shouldn't sell people. Like, it's which kind of scares me a little bit because what if people's morality changes again and the collective decides that shit's okay again? Like, that's weird. Bernie Gannon, my man, it can be both things. Certain morality we may be born with, part of our nature, not just learned through socialization. I think so. Like, I don't know. How do you become a good person? Do you become a good person because you have good parents and you grew up? Do you become a good person because you've seen horrible shit and then you decided like that shit's horrible, we shouldn't do that? Like, how do you? It was a fascinating conversation that they had, and it was crazy. And the one girl just couldn't grasp onto it at all. She couldn't like it. Your morality, people's moralities can change over time. If I don't know, can they change over time? I mean, I think if you,
I think you just said that they did change over.
I think it does. I guess right, like because. I mean, what if you think back to the King Henry VIII days? Like they had slaves,
And everybody was getting their
but
heads
they
chopped
were
off.
Christian as shit. And then what did the Pope at some point the Pope said like, "Hey, we have to tell the people that they can't have slaves because that's not cool." Right? Yeah, like morality is it's what the collective decides is the correct thing to do at the time, right? I mean, I think we have it right now. Like, I don't think we should ever go back to anything that where we were at back then. But like for the time, like our morality is correct right now. But that's just crazy to think that how many generations would it take to change the morality that we already have right now?
Mhm.
And that's fucking freaky. I don't know.
But isn't there also a difference between somebody?
It was a podcast with that crazy chick from Jubilee, the Naima chick. And then Andrew Wilson, who he's kind of hard to listen to sometimes, but the podcast that they had together was pretty nuts. It was on the Whatever podcast. Your mom. Still funny. I don't think it's set in stone by collectiveness, but it's a guide and will usually influence what you think. Yeah. It's not set. Yeah, right. It's not set in stone by the collectiveness because the collectiveness could change. Is that what you're saying? That's what I think, and that's what scares the shit out of me. Just like your parents will definitely influence you when you're little, and then the more you question it, the more your morals will evolve. Should evolve. Yeah. Yeah. I think about that. And then I think about where kind of morals are evolving now, especially with like our community and just that. And I'm like, whoa, where are we going right now? Just the ability to, I don't know. I need Jeremy. Where's Jeremy at? I know you don't like these topics, babe. I'm sorry.
I'm listening.
I just, it's weird. but it is scary. Like have we come full circle to a point where it's like racism is bad. Racism, we kind of, I mean, there's always going to be a type of racism, but it's not a humongous topic. Now all of a sudden it's a humongous topic. And now kind of everybody's like, we've had like 2 or 3 years worth of white people are bad, but that's not considered racist. But I just saw a whole thing where it was like, uh, there's no way any other race could be racist towards white people. They can be racist towards each other. Like a black person could be racist to an Asian person could be racist to a Mexican person. Like all that shit can happen. But no other race on the planet could be racist towards a white person. It was weird as fuck. When the British took the lead in banning slavery against their own economic interests, opposing other world powers, it was a huge shift for the collective humanity morality. Yeah, that's it. Creating a new standard. Yeah. So like when people get mad, and I get it, because at that time before Britain did that, the collective was slavery was okay. And now everybody agrees that slavery is not okay, yet there's a whole faction of people that think that we all want to go back to slavery. And it's like, no, we've collectively agreed that that shit wasn't okay. And yeah, because it was economically profitable for everybody who held slaves. That's why they all wanted to do it.
Right. And even though majority of people agree with that, it's still happening though with some countries, right?
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
So it changes it changed and created a new standard for people to follow, but not everybody has followed it. Because not everybody has gone into
that's what I'm saying.
And
like you'll
the
never
new standard.
It's just the majority has to agree.
Yeah.
So
and more people than not
agree that all that shit's wrong.
Right. But
we're good right now. I mean, it still happens.
And I was saying some places it's still happening.
But the idea or the fact that people want it to just go away and it never happen again, that's never going to happen. Like there are always going to be people that are racist, that are like, I want to live in my own community. I don't want to live in a mixed race community, or I want to be able to marry a 14-year-old, or I want to be able to do all this shit. There's always going to be people like that.
Yeah, and there's always going to be people that can find a way around it.
But
and we have trafficking still going on, you know?
But that was a crazy conversation. I would love to have that conversation more, because do we think that will change again? Because that's nuts. Because we're kind of making a full circle in other things. So, like, I don't know. I hope not. That's not what I want, but
yeah,
that's a good point. There's nothing.
Goes back to the conversation we had the other night with Yaz. It's just we got to pay attention. What's going on?
And I kind of think that's why I don't dislike religion so much. Like I don't dislike. In absolute numbers, there are more people living in slavery today than that fucking sucks. That hurts.
It's greater than 50 million.
Shit. Ugh.
Crazy.
What do we? Because that was the other question. Do we? No, sorry. They were talking about. I don't want to get into colleges right now because they were saying that shit too. That going to college is like a version of indentured servitude because of the debt. Kenneth, I trusted you guys and bought some Soma today.
It's good.
It's so good.
We have to get ours tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have to get. What do we have to get? Paper Street coffee.
What's up, 5 a.m.? No, we just got our Paper Street coffee.
No, we have to get the Soma cans. I didn't.
Oh, the Soma cans. We just got the actual coffee.
Yeah, we're subscribed to the hot coffee.
Yeah.
The Soma cans, and then don't we have to get that? You wanted to try that electrolyte shit that you tried at Herd that I never tried.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
it
what were they called?
Energize something. They just sponsored Kill Taylor, whoever it was. Whoever that
Yeah,
was.
something energy.
Yeah.
They were good. That was good.
So
Or at least
you
the one I
wanna-
had was good. Because I bought 3 cases. Yeah, we were chugging those.
They're so good.
They're so good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try the Frost because because he said it's just a cold brew now.
Yeah.
Because you like the night you like
Oh, yeah,
the
thank you.
nitro. Thank you.
Engineered nutrition, yeah.
You liked the nitro Frost. I was not a fan of it. But he said it's just a cold brew now. So it's just a cold brew.
Yeah, try it. See if you like it.
But I always put cream in anyway, so I might as well just get the Soma because it's so good.
You should just if you
We
I'll
should
get
just-
it, and then
we
if you
should
want
just
to
get
try one that
Soma.
I get,
We'll
then
just get
yeah, the
Soma.
mix pack. That's fair.
Get one mix pack and then an extra Soma. Well, you said you might get it for the store.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk my uncle into it. I think he'll be okay because he never wants to order Starbucks again, so he's
No,
annoyed.
That's okay. I need to be able to grab a can if I want it, and if I don't, that's okay. But at least it's there.
Yeah, no, that was it. We're gonna do some political chit chat with Jeremy next week because he likes to yell about it too, so that'll be fun. Also, we have to talk about how there's this big fight if Paris Jackson is allowed to call herself black. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, she got so much shit because she was like, I identify as black, and they're like, she ain't black. And then half the people are like, her dad's black if she wants to identify as black. I was like, okay, Paris, we'll go out into the world where nobody knows who the fuck you are, say the N-word, and tell them you identify as black.
What? It
That's
does always
fire.
have to go back to just going and saying the N word.
Because that's the definition of can you call yourself black? If that is you want a definition of whether you identify as black or not, go ahead, identify as black and then walk out in the shit where nobody knows you and say the N-word. Whatever happens to you, we'll let you know if you are or you aren't.
No,
Like-
I'm a seasoned cracker. That's what I am. You don't remember that real life?
Yeah, I
I'll
do.
leave that for you and Jeremy to talk about when I'm not here. But
That's amazing. But that was crazy. So
Yeah.
we'll find out. Yeah, we have to discuss that because I feel like Jeremy could go out and say it, but me and Paris Jackson could not go out and say it. A ninja, that's Ninja's Colleen.
I'm not.
Colleen's a ninja.
I'm not.
I identify as a unicorn. Yeah, you probably could. You're one in a million, one in a billion, for sure.
A unicorn, Meg?
I mean, I don't know. Like, just be a regular unicorn with the one without rainbow hair. What else? Yeah, that's it. That was our whole. That dude was so cool. I'm so glad
is.
that he came on the fucking podcast. That is amazing.
Mhm.
That dude's amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
he's really cool.
but yeah, what? Tomorrow we got Pedro.
Yep.
If you haven't seen Men on Enganese, the boys were on with her the other day.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And then we hung out with
Megan,
Cam.
nobody cares about your weird movie.
Oh God.
Nobody cares.
I'm
Keep
still
that shit to yourself. Listen, and I'm saying this as look, I'm looking at you right now. Every weird shit that you send to my wife, I have to watch that shit. So no, Joseph, shut up. No, for fuck's sake, don't say shit.
No. I care so I can avoid it.
Megan, I hate you.
I care what it is so I can avoid it.
She just said it. I hate you.
I haven't seen it.
This
I don't even know what it's on. It's probably on a channel that
It
we don't
does-
have.
she's gonna tell you right now what it's on, and that will be what you want to fall asleep to.
If
later.
it's on, no, it's
or
not.
you're gonna go take a shower, get some food, and go watch it now. Like either one, we're gonna.
Oh, Max? Yeah, I got that. All right.
Megan, I'm gonna ignore you.
Good
Don't
shit.
text.
I have
Don't
to-
text me. I'm ignoring you.
I have to finish that other weird one that I am doing on Netflix right now.
What is it?
When you're not
Starts with an A, right?
yeah. I don't know, but the
Not
chicken.
abandoned. Not abandoned.
Yeah, it's a
or,
word for abandon, but
Oh.
I can't think of it right now.
or like avoidance or something.
Yeah. But I gotta go finish that one. The chick is hot, and there's a lot of like fun shooting. It's kind of like a mob land situation. So I gotta go finish that before I start a new one. Oh, it has Pedro Pascal. Cool. Watch the show, Kenneth. What I trust Colleen trusts you more. Watch the show Task on Max. Actually good, not weird. Okay, cool.
It's probably going to still be weird.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We always appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow for Pedro. Oh, we'll be on Sevon's channel to talk some weird shit on Sunday afternoon.
Megan, don't text me. I'm not answering you.
And then we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Love you guys.
Bye.
Deuces.
Are you ending this or?
Yeah,
am
I got it.